Good morning, beautiful people of the world. Good morning. Oh my goodness. It's Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. When I tell you all, I just woke up. I woke up at 5:42, and I'll tell you why I'm so late. Oh, I am exhausted. I am so tired, you all. I'm driving like a bat out of hell because it's like 6:08. I should have been up and out the house at 6. I woke up at 5:42. Thank God I took my shower last night because sister girl was running. First of all, before I start this video, I want to just have a moment of silence for the victims of 9/11. Today is 9/11, the day that the New York Trade Center was, and the New York Trade Center and y'all help me out because my brain is frazzled. And the building, one of the other buildings in New York, was bombed. The plane was hijacked. This was back in, I believe, 2003 or 2004. When this tragedy took place. And many of you all know about it. If you're old as I am, if you weren't yet born and you're here, you do know about it. You've heard about it. That was a horrible day. So I just want to have a moment of silence to remember the victims, the first responders, all that perished in that horrible, horrible day. It was a very sad and heart-wrenching and one of the worst days of my life. So I just want to take a moment of silence. Of course, I cannot close my eyes because I am driving, but I'm going to be silent for a second in remembrance of them. I don't know where you were the day that 9/11 occurred. I was working here at the University of Chicago. My mother was in the hospital to have her gallbladder removed. So I was dealing with that with a sick mother at the time. She was very sick. She had a inflamed pancreas. So she was fighting pancreatitis at the time, and she had to have her gallbladder removed. And she was in bad shape. And I was extremely, extremely stressed out. Let me get this ball back up here. I was extremely stressed at that time. I was still living at home with my parents at the time. And I was working here at the University of Chicago. I had just started a new position at the University of Chicago. I was working with a witch, Cora Taylor. I'll never forget, she was a witch. I don't know if she's still here at the University of Chicago. She may be, she may not be. But when I tell you, this itch was a trip. They had a policy at the time where if you didn't work out within so many days of being hired, you go back to your old department. Well, they had hired somebody in my spot. So they had to put me in a department where like they needed a temp, like I was a temp. It was terrible. It was terrible, until I found another position. But nevertheless, that's what was going on with me at the time of 9/11. And I remember sitting at my desk, answering the phone, taking some messages I worked in the Department of Pulmonary. And I was taking messages for the doctors. And I remember one doctor came in. She was crying. She was all upset. And I was looking at her. I'm like, what is going on? And okay, this is a nut right here. He's bouncing all in the car. He high on something. But I was taking messages, and I knew he was gonna run that light. He is high as a kite. I was taking messages for a doctor, and taking messages off the answer machine, and one of the doctors came in, and she was just crying and talking about, I can't believe this, I can't believe what's going on. And I didn't know what she was talking about, because I had started this new job and I was trying to concentrate, and I'm looking at her, and I went in there and I said, well, okay, what's going on? And she told me. And I said, oh my God. And then they had like a conference room. They had a TV, and they turned it on. And we saw that plane go into that building. Oh my God. It was horrible. And my mother was in the hospital, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to get up there to see her, because they had said you couldn't get on the train or a bus. They didn't know if there was that we were being hijacked here in Chicago. It was on the news for days, for weeks, for months. It was horrible. So if you don't know about 9/11, if you wasn't born, like I said, most of you all that are 50 and over, you know about 9/11. You probably were young, like me, or you might have been a little bit older when it happened. But it was the worst time for our country, and this happened in the United States. And since then, nothing about traveling has been the same. You can't go, you can't walk the person to the gate. Nothing. You know, that's when TSA, they had more security, and you got to go through the security medals, and you got to take your shoes off, and it was horrible. So I just wanted to remember the victims of 9/11. And where were you when 9/11 happened? If you can write it in the comments, I would like to know what was going on in your life that year that 9/11 occurred. I hope that none of you all were affected directly, meaning that I hope that none of you all lost any family or friends. And if you did, you have my deepest and sincerest condolences. So I want to give you all an update in regards to my cat, Chocolate. First of all, before I tell you all the update, I want to send a special shout out to a special someone, Brenda. Brenda is a lady who has been watching my YouTube channel for a while. She lives in Alabama. She has a little country twang to her voice. And I knew that I thought she lived in Atlanta, but she actually lives in Alabama. Yesterday, she called me through Facebook Messenger. Now, let me say this. Don't a whole bunch of y'all on here call me for Facebook Messenger, okay? I want to first start by saying that. I guess I'm saying that to say that I actually have not did it yet, because yesterday after I got off the phone with Brenda, a lot more stuff occurred. So, Brenda, I haven't forgot about you. I want to send you my cell phone number so we can definitely stay in touch. Anyway, I was when she called me through Facebook Messenger, I was in the office with my foreman, And so I didn't want to take the phone call because I was in there. I don't remember what I was doing. But Brenda, you didn't disturb me. I just didn't answer because, you know, it'd be a lot going on sometimes. I work in construction and it can be loud and people come up to that window. It was kind of busy and they had me in there helping them do something. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, I called her back when I went on lunch. And I want to thank her because she called me to first give me some encouragement in regards to chocolate. And then the second thing, Brenda asked me or gave me an idea. She said, I know that you might feel a little strange doing this. She said, because I told her, so well, you know how I am about this. But yesterday was the first day I had actually heard her voice. She's always writes a comment on my videos. But yesterday was the first day I talked to her. And I heard who she reminded me of when I first started talking to her. And I heard that the country accent was Dolly Parton. I'm a huge fan of Dolly Parton. Huge fan. And for whatever reason, Brenda just reminds me of her. Not nearly as old as Dolly Parton, but the hair, because she and I are Facebook friends, the hair, you know, how she wears her hair. And so when I heard her voice, I'm like, wow, what I know she looks like and what she sounds like in my mind, I expected it, but you know how you don't think that maybe a person does have that country twang. But anyway, these people are crazy out here, y'all. Just crazy. But anyway, she had asked me to think about doing a GoFund for chocolate and to have my fans donate to the GoFund for chocolate. Now, you all already know, and so I've already told her this, so it's not like I'm saying this and I didn't tell her this. I'm very, 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 very funny and very particular about asking people for money. And the reason being is because we all are struggling, and maybe we not. I'm not going to speak that into existence. Let me take that back. Let me rewind that tape. Because that's not everybody's situation, okay? And everybody in the country is not struggling, okay? Maybe because I am, maybe because somebody else is, but I'm not going to keep saying that because it just is a negative. I want to speak increase, right? I want to speak money, finances. I want to, I want to just say I'm blessing everybody's finances and increasing that God enlarges our territory. Amen, somebody. So let me just rephrase that. I'm just always cautious about asking or soliciting for money. The reason being is because I do know how most Americans in this country is struggling, and I do know the gas prices. I do know the grocery prices because I'm out here like you out here, and I'm just funny about doing that, especially because it is a pet, and I know a lot of you all are pet lovers. A lot of you all wrote beautiful comments under my video regarding chocolate. And I know you all see the videos of me hollering at them and them getting into stuff, and they are like my children. I have 3 cats, okay? I love cats. I love dogs. I am definitely a pet lover. I am. I love animals. Even pets that I can't physically, have, which meaning like, I love lions and birds and stuff like that. I hate a frog though. Ooh, I hate a frog. I hate a frog. And I hate people that look like frogs too. But anyway, nevertheless. So she had asked me to think about starting a GoFund for chocolate and have you guys, my fans, donate to it. I have thought about it, and I haven't poofed down the idea, and I'll tell you why when I tell you how much all of this is costing me. I haven't poofed the idea away, okay? I haven't. I just don't know if I'm going to do it. And so she had said, you know, I would definitely contribute because she lost her dog, who she was very much in love with, and now she has a little bunny rabbit. She was telling me about that yesterday. So I just want to say that I'll think about it. I haven't really had a chance to give it any more thought, only because other things have happened, which I'll get into that. So I want to say thank you, Brenda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a joy. It was an absolute joy to talk to you yesterday on the phone and to actually hear your voice. And so you, Angel, who lives in Atlanta, and there's so many, Meadow Shrub, and Lady EJ, and Dolores, and it's so many of you all that really love CC. And I so appreciate you all, and some of you all that I can't think off the top of my head, so charge it to my head and not my heart. But you all, I told Brenda this yesterday, and I'm going to reiterate this to you guys. The only reason why I stay here on YouTube is because of the fans that I have. If it was not for you all, I probably would have given up on this platform a long time ago, because my videos don't do the greatest, and they don't do very poor either. They're kind of like in the middle, depending on what the video is. If it's lingerie, swimsuits, you know, they do good. If it's me talking, I still do these videos do good. I might get 800, you know, I mean, not 800, like 400 or 500 views on these type of videos, and they have increased. So thank you for that, for those of you all that watch. But it was a joy talking to you yesterday, and you are my sister in God, as she calls me, her sister in God. We are. She believes in God as I do. She believes in the power of prayer. She believes in the power of healing. So, Brenda, I'm still thinking about it, okay? So I just want you to know that. So that's what she asked me to ask you guys. And, you know, to say that this is from you all, the fans. So, let me tell you what happened with chocolate. So yesterday morning, after I got off the video, doing the video with you guys, I called another clinic here in Chicago, but it's in LaPorte, Indiana, which is not that far from Highland, Indiana. A little further up the road, but so I called them, and I called another clinic, and I called them because one of my Facebook friends who I used to work with, a guy, he called me, and I didn't even remember that he had my number, but he called me. He said, hey, Miss Cotton. He was like, take your cat here. He was like, I took my dog here, and it saved me thousands of dollars. Okay, well, they are a hospital, but they were booked. And they didn't know if they would be able to get her in right away. And they also didn't know if they could give her the overnight treatment that she needed, okay? So, because they didn't know if they could provide that for her, they wanted me to send over her medical records of the x-rays and so forth and so on. So, I called back to EVC, which is the emergency hospital where she had been seen, and I asked the girl. I told her I needed her medical records because I was trying to get her over into this other clinic. And then, just out of the blue, I said, "You all don't have a payment plan?" And she said, it was a really, really nice lady. She said, well, we have vet billing. And I said, oh. She said, it's like a PayPal. She said they take it out of your checking account. It could be bi-weekly or it could be once a month. So I'm thinking to myself, why didn't nobody tell me that when I was there Sunday? Because I could have left her there Sunday, right? Nobody presented that to me on Sunday. Now, they are a 24-hour hospital. They never close. They're open 7 days a week. And they have night staff. So if your animal is sick or has surgery, so forth and so on, and you know, you can, I don't have on no makeup, y'all. I ain't had time. I got on base, but I don't have on no eye makeup. So if your child is, if your animal needs night services, they have night staff, and that's what I needed. So nobody mentioned that to me. Nobody told me about vet billing. So the lady said, well, you know, you've already spent $783 yesterday, which was Sunday, and then you spent the two, whatever that was. And so she said, and I'm so glad I had more money than that. She told me to bring $400. They would add that on to what I already have spent, you know, moving forward. So she said, we do have that billing. She said, and you know, everybody gets approved for that. She said, because that's not like a credit card. That's not, she said, that's not like care credit. Care credit is something totally different than vet billing. I said, nobody told me about this on yesterday. She said, they didn't tell you? I said, no. I said, because if I had known that, I would have left her yesterday, which was Monday, when I was off. I said, now I got to bring her back. You know, I'm like, I just didn't understand. I did not understand. I just could not understand it at all. I just didn't. I was like, so anyway, she said, bring her back today. I said, well, I'm at work. She said, oh. I said, yeah. I said, she said, well, you know, we're here 24 hours. Come on now. Why you got that music blasting this early in the morning? I hope this don't be on my video. Thank you for turning that down. Come on. So, so she said, yeah, you know, we have, that's what we have. So bring her back. I said, well, I'm at work. And I said, so, you know, I can't bring her back because I'm at work. She said, well, you know, we're here. I said, okay. So I left there. I left work. I'm sorry. Got off the phone with her. I left work at 3:30. I had my uncle drop Chris off because normally he goes to my mom's house. I said, Unc, I need you to drop Christopher off at my house because we got to take the cat back to the vet. So he said, okay. So I get home. Well, let me back up. Christopher FaceTimed me before he went to school and said, Mama, she threw up again. I'm like, oh, God. So he said, it's not a lot. He said, but she did throw up. And I said, okay. And that concerned me because they had given her the anti-nausea medication and she still threw up. So now the day before that, Sunday, she didn't when they gave her the anti-nausea. So, excuse me. So, I I said, okay. And so, so he said that she threw up. So I took her back out to the vet yesterday. I get out there. They take her immediately in the back because they wanted to get her on they wanted to get her on the IVs. They wanted to get some fluids in her because she's so dehydrated. Now, the interesting thing about this cat, and maybe because she is considered a kitten, even at a year old. The interesting thing about her is that she is still had some life in her because she's so young. Not like my older cats who, when they would get sick, I mean, they would be down for the count. She just, you could tell she didn't feel good because she wasn't moving like she normally would move. She is the sweetest cat. They love her. They were like, she just purrs when you rub her, even though she's sick, you know. So they wanted to immediately start a line in her paw to get her on those IVs. And they had to sedate her because they had to put a tube through her nose and through her stomach to start getting some food in her, okay? To start getting some food in her. So they wanted to do that, so they had to sedate her, give her the IV, put the tube down her through her nose, down her throat, through her belly. They had to slightly sedate her for that. She was going to get some other kind of medication. Okay, so the girl comes in to do my paperwork, and she says, she goes back and forth with her manager, and they're coming in talking to me. So I had to pay $1,025 because it was a $25 application fee, plus the $1,050. It was $1,015 for her to just be admitted, okay, and for overnight care. The high end of that bill is going to be probably, right now it's at $2,000. The high end would be like $3,000. Ooh, Lord, I'm gonna need a GoFund, or I'm gonna be on the street on Stony Island here in Chicago with the Bucket Boys, really dropping it like it's hot. So anyway, I have to pay $246 once a month to pay it off. She asked me, did I want to do it bi-weekly? I told her no. I said I want to do it once a month, and can you have it come out at the end of the month? Because at the end of the way I do my bills is that the first of them, I get paid the 7th and the 22nd of the month. So the 7th I pay mortgage. I don't pay nothing else. I have some money left over, not a whole lot. The next check, when I get paid, I pay my ComEd bill, my People's Gas bill, my light, my gas, my cable. Try to go get some groceries to put in the house, and my water bill. Okay, that's what I try to do with that. I try to save some money in my check for the water bill and the light bill, because it comes out, I have to pay that between the 13th and the 19th, and I don't get paid again until after that. So, yeah. So, that's how much it was. And it's probably going to be more than that. So, okay, so I go on and I pay that. And they start the IV. Okay. So I leave there and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm feeling better, right? I'm not feeling as stressed. I'm not crying. I'm feeling better. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I just started praying. I said, God, I know I can't afford another bill. I know I cannot. But I don't want my cat to die. And I'm trying everything I can. So, I leave. Chris and I leave. We going to go to my mom's house. My mother does not, I shouldn't say this about my mother. My mother has a cat too. But my mother isn't into her. She loved her cat. But my mother was like, she wouldn't have did what I did. But what am I supposed to do? Have her put down? There's nothing wrong with her. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she's an old cat. It's not like I can't tell them to just euthanize her because I don't have the money. I mean, that they would look at me like, okay, well, she don't really love this cat, you know. And I do love chocolate. I do. And I'm just like, here's the thing. Okay, let me keep telling y'all the story. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you all why I would do this because of this. So I get a phone call. I'm watching the debate, which was a total joke. When I say a joke, Donald Trump, oh my God, Jesus Christ almighty. I'm watching the debate and the phone rings, and it's the clinic, the people from you know, about chocolate. So it's the doctor. So she says, "Hi, Miss Cotton." I was like, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, because they told me if we don't call you, that's good news. So when I saw it was them, I'm like, okay, this must not be good news. So I said, "Hi." I said, "What's going on?" She said, "Hi." She said, "Well, I just want to let you know, we've given Chocolate all the things that we told you that we were going to give her. We did another set of x-rays on Chocolate, and we see that Chocolate has a foreign, she has an obstruction." And I'm on the phone like, are you fucking kidding me? Because when I was there Monday, the radiologist who did the x-rays, because it takes about an hour for you to get the results back, which it took even less than that. The radiologist said that they didn't see nothing. I have a copy of her x-rays. They sent them to me. So I'm like, what? So she said, yeah. She said, it looks like it's something that she ate, like something she ingested. And that's what's causing her to keep vomiting, because she's trying to eat and it's something there and it's pushing the food or what. I said, Chocolate hasn't ate in about 5 days. I said, I don't know if it's been 5. I know it's been 3. I said, but when I discovered that she was ill, she hasn't eaten. I said, the last time she ate, I gave her some soft food. And I thought it was the food that made her sick. And I said, that was... I don't even remember when she started throwing up. It might have been right around the holiday. Okay, so I said, there's nothing, because see, kittens do that. They like babies. They put stuff in their mouth and they swallow it. You know, just like babies. You can't not have nothing on the floor, no objects. They'll put it in their mouth. That's what they do. So it's these kind of obstructions, just so you all know, those of you that have animals, cats and dogs, these obstructions are common in younger cats and dogs, because when they're young, they get into every goddamn thing like a baby, like a kid. So when I'm thinking to myself, I don't have nothing on the floor. You know, I sweep, I vacuum, I mop, I keep their area clean. I'm like, what the fuck could she have ate? You know, then I'm thinking, did she eat one of my eyelashes? They love to play with Q-tips. I will not let them play with Q-tips because that's something they put it in their mouth and they walk around with. I've seen my cats do this. That's, you know, definitely got to have surgery to get that out, okay? So I don't let them play with Q-tips. You know, I'm very, very diligent about keeping stuff off of my floor. I mean, diligent, because I know that I have pets. I don't have any rat poison, any mice poisoning, no poison in that house. Before I brought the cats in, we went through the house. We looked for any mouse, you know, mouse poisoning, roach poisoning, all of that. We went behind. We pulled the refrigerator out. We pulled the stove out. We went down in the basement. We looked when the house had nothing in it, okay? So I'm just like, I don't understand how she could have got into something. But I'm like, so she said, well, she has an obstruction and we're going to have to do surgery. Now, I'm going to say this. When I heard her say that, you all know that surgery on an animal costs a lot of money. Now, when it comes to that, I was in tears. Because I don't have that kind of money. Because it can be up in the thousands. Like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, okay? I ain't got that. Okay? So she was saying that she was gonna have to have surgery and they're gonna have to remove it, and you know, and I was just freaking out. I cannot sit here and lie to you all and tell you I was not crying. I wasn't boo-hooing, but the tears was falling. And I said, I've done everything. I tried everything to save her. And so I just let her know. She said, well, yeah, if she, you know, I hate to say it, but if in fact, you know, she needs surgery, she said, even after she has the surgery, there's no guarantee that she will make it. I'm like, and she said, and the only thing else then would be to euthanize her, to, you know, put her down. I just started. I said, okay. So I just got to the point where I was just trying to accept it, you know. So she said, what I'm going to do, she said she's very comfortable right now. She said we were able to get, I don't understand why this don't. She said we were able to get some more, I don't know if that's going to come up. Some more fluids in her. And she said she's resting comfortably. She said, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another set of x-rays and see what we find. She said, because sometimes x-rays will show one thing and then you do them again. And she said, but I want to run some more medicine through her so I can see if I can get this, whatever this is, instead of doing surgery, I can get her to pass it. Meaning that if it will just come out in her stools. So I was like, okay. She said, so that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on running more x-rays and putting more medicine in her and seeing what more I can see. She said, but from what I can see right now, it does look like that. Okay, so I'm like, okay. She said, so what I want to tell you is I'm going to call you back between 1:30 a.m. and 2. She said, I know you probably will be asleep because you got to get up and go to work tomorrow. She said, but I need to call you at that time because that's the crucial time that I need to know what this medicine, that's when I'll know what this medicine is doing. And I need to talk to you in regards to what decision we need to make in regards to moving forward with her. She said even after the surgery, you know, it's a possibility that she wouldn't make it because she said depending on how big the obstruction is, she said it could be once I go in, I could find something else. So she said, I just, I need the other thing. This ain't gonna work. She said, so I don't know. So, so I just told her, I said, okay. I said, well, I said, if she has to have surgery, don't do it. I was very frank. I said, don't do it. I said, because if you telling me that even after you do the surgery that she might not make it, what's the point? What's the point of even doing it? If there's still a possibility that she might not even make it. So I said, don't do it. And I said, well, I just told her, I said, don't do it. Because I don't have it. I don't have that kind of money. And I know that I don't have that kind of money. Y'all, I got to go punch in. I'm going to come back. Hold on just a second. I am going to come back. Finish talking to you all. Just give me one quick second. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. I can't be late. So we have to punch a time clock. So anyway, I said, don't do it. And so she said, okay. She said, well, I will call you back. I said, okay. She said, I just want to tell you I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I just thought and knew that, that this, that she was going to be okay. And I said, yeah, I did too. I said, but I have tried, everything. And I said, I can't do no more, And she said, I understand. She said, well, let me do this. And like I said, I'll call you back at 1 in the morning. So she did. She called me back. She said, just make sure you have your phone by you so that, you'll know that. I don't know why I didn't put this on first. I put this on you all so that my eyeliner won't be moving. It's like a base, so it won't be moving all up here. I don't know why I didn't do this first. I'm so busy talking. Rub that in. So I said, okay. So Chris came in my room. He was all teary-eyed. I was teary-eyed. He was like, Mama, she gonna be okay. He said, I'm praying. He said, you want to pray? My son is so sweet. I said, yes, baby, let's pray. So we prayed. We held hands. We prayed, and we just asked God to have his will. And we both said that, God, whatever your will may be, help us to accept your will. Whatever your decision is, oh God, let us be able to accept it. So that was our prayer. So we prayed, and I told Chris, I said, go on and start getting yourself ready for tomorrow. Go on and take your shower. And he was like, Mama, I'm so sorry. I said, baby, I know. He said, I love her too. I said, I know you do. Because he's had animals in his life since he's been in the world. Because at the time when Chris came in the world, I had 4 cats. I know y'all like, damn. And, Donald Trump said that, the people in, where is it? Some state, they eating animals. That's what he said on his, in the live yesterday. He crazy than hell. But anyway, just crazy. So 1:30 this morning, she's calling me, the doctor. So she's like, good morning, Miss Cotton. I'm like, good morning. I'm trying to wake myself up because I was asleep. But you know how you be asleep, but you waiting on that phone call to see what's going on. So I had my phone right up under me. So when I heard it ring, I answered it like on the second ring. I don't even think the damn phone rang that long. So Chris was asleep. He didn't come back in the room. And I was hoping, because his room was all the way at the front of the house. He might have heard me talking. But anyway, she said, well, I have good news. She said, we did the x-rays again. The radiologist looked at it again. Chocolate does not have any foreign body in her belly. I just threw my hands up in the air, and I said, praise God. I said, thank you, Jesus, And so she just kind of like chuckled, and she said, yeah, we did it again. We ran the x-ray. She said, I gave her more medication for her belly because her belly is so extended. She said, and there was nothing there. And she said, so I don't know if she passed it or if it was just nothing there. I said, well, when they did the x-rays Monday, they said nothing was there. But she just had this, the extended belly. And she said, well, x-rays, she said, x-rays is like a picture. You can look at x-rays and see one thing and then go back and take another set and they show you something else. So I was like, oh, okay. And she said, so she said, there was nothing there. So I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm like, thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. So she said, so I do want her to stay here a little bit longer, though. She said 'cause she's not totally out of the woods. She said because we got to get her the we got to get the dehydration under control. She said because she's so severely dehydrated. And she said, as you know, she said, I know you know this, that when you're dehydrated, you feel sluggish and you don't have any energy. And she said, and you've got to be hydrated, you know, because her electrolytes, just like in a human being, her electrolytes, her red blood cells, all of that stuff was just wonky. You know, it was off because, you know, because it was all out of whack because she haven't had no water. You know, she haven't had no water. She hasn't been eating, you know, none of that. So she's so dehydrated. So they've got to get her electrolytes and all of that stuff to come back up so that she'll be feeling better. So she says, so I do want her to stay here a little bit longer. She says, it's not going to cost you anything more. You know, it's the same price or whatever. She says, I do want to let you know that. I think she said that. I know I heard her say something. I was sleepy, but trying to pay attention to what she was saying as well. I'm telling y'all, I have been through so much in the last couple of months that honestly, I just don't know how much more. I know for sure that God puts no more on us than we can bear. I know that because I've said it to you all. But it just has been so much going on in my life lately. I mean, so much. That I just can't. I just can't seem to get a break. You know, I just can't. So, it's just been a lot. It's just been a lot. So that's where we are. So she's gonna stay there a little bit longer. They're gonna keep her. I'm sorry, y'all. Trying to get this makeup on. So they're gonna keep her a little bit longer. So she probably won't come home today. Probably won't come home until tomorrow or Friday. I would hope that she would come home on Friday. And so at least we are out of the woods when it comes to that. Just like I said, it has just been so much. This makeup ain't on right at all. but that's because I can't see. I'm not at home to put it on the way I would if I was at home. I don't know if you all noticed, but I've stopped wearing the eyelashes after I got that infection in my eye. It's so much dust here at work that I just said I would not wear lashes until I was doing a video or I'm going somewhere. Then I'll put them on. But I've gone back to wearing my mascara. I'm giving that glue a rest after having that eye infection. Because that eye infection was no joke. No joke. Oh, he back. So you guys, that's what's going on. That is the update on Miss Chocolate. And I'm sorry, my video has been all about my cat for the last couple of days. But this is part of my life. This is part of my vlog, Monday through Friday. I talk about what's going on with Cece. And this is part of it. And she is part of it. She is my baby. I love this cat so much, you all. I do. I love her. And I just thank God that she's going to be okay. And don't get me wrong, I love the other two. I do. But I've bonded with her much more because, and again, I want to make myself clear. If it was caramel, if it was honey, I would be just as upset. I would, because all three of them, they're like my children. You know, they're like my babies. And I just got these cats. And then because of the tragic thing that happened with Sugar, you know, being killed by that ladder, you know, I'm just like, my God, I haven't even had time to enjoy them, to really enjoy these cats, because Honey made a year in February. Caramel and Chocolate made a year in June or July. I can't find their papers. Everything is with some other papers, but they not even that old. You know, their names was originally Mariah and something else, and I changed them. I don't remember, Mariah and something. I didn't want them to have human names. I wanted them to have, you know, fun names. So I named her Chocolate because she's the darker one, and I named Caramel because she's got real brown and caramel in her, real like a mocha color in her fur. Honey is the light cat, and I named her and her sister Sugar because they were both light, Honey and Sugar. So they're like my babies, and like I said, I know everybody don't like cats, everybody don't like animals, everybody don't feel how people feel about their animals, and I get that, you know, and I understand that. But this is part of my life. And if you are here and you are watching, there go that other hairpin. She put too many hairpins in here, too many. And you are watching, like, see, I keep like this stuff off the floor, like these hairpins, they'll swallow them. But if you're here watching me and you're watching what I'm doing and what I'm saying, this is just part of my life. You understand what I'm saying? So I get that you may not understand it. You may not get it. You may not understand why she's so involved or whatever. But if you're a pet lover, you do understand. You know, you do. So once again, I want to thank you all. I gotta go call Chris, make sure he's up. But once again, I want to thank each and every last one of you all for praying for me and for Chocolate. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart, sincerely. I haven't had a chance to give that thought, or even, you know, I'm just presenting it about the GoFund for the cat. I know it might sound a little wonky, and it may be like, we ain't giving you no money for no cat, for no vet bill. But it's really not the cat. It's really towards the vet bill. If you want to, fine. I do have a cat. I have a Cash App. I can set up a GoFund. I don't know if there's a You have to pay a fee for doing a GoFund. I don't know how it works. But nevertheless, I'm not going to put my Cash App here. I will just say this. If you in your heart of hearts want to give me something towards this expensive vet bill, and you find it in your heart to do so, I would appreciate it. But it's not something that I'm asking. I'm just putting it out here because she brought it to my attention to do that. I would have never thought to ask for that, really and truly, because I'm just that way. I don't know if it's pride. I don't know what it is. I just got a thing. I don't never want nobody to think that I'm on YouTube begging. You know what I mean? I never want y'all to think that. I want you all to watch this channel out of pure enjoyment and loving my content. There's a lot of YouTube influencers that put their Cash App, and they'll get on, this is their birthday, if you want to Cash App me something. Oh, excuse me. I never do that. I just don't do that, you know. I just don't. It's not like it's a bad thing. It's just something that CC just don't do. I just feel like if somebody want to bless me with something, they will. Oh, excuse me. So I said that to say that whether you do or you don't, your love and your friendship and your prayers, okay, there it goes, mean a lot to me. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, sincerely. So you guys have a great Wednesday. Have a great Wednesday, and remember to say a prayer for the families of the victims of 9/11, because that was a very heart-wrenching day for our country. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I need somebody to scare me. Maybe if I go look at some of these people's faces at work. I can't stand some of these people here. Maybe that'll scare me enough that my hiccups will stop. All right, y'all. Have a great day. I love you with the love of God. And I will see you guys on here tomorrow, Thursday. One more day, it'll be Friday. All right. God bless you. See you soon. Mwah. Bye.